Hey friends, this past weekend, I had just the privilege of spending some time with some old friends, some good friends that I hadn't seen for a long time, and there was just a common theme that just kept on coming up throughout the conversations that I had with these different people, and there's multiple people, and the topic was the topic of friendship, and I had to reflect on my life a little bit. My life has taken an interesting turn. I have friends all over the place, and I count myself to be blessed because of that. But the individual who I tend to spend the most time with, aside from my wife, is actually a friend of mine that lives 4 hours away from me in a completely different country. And I tend to see him at least every other week. We hang out, we eat together, spend time in prayer with each other, encourage each other. And I'm just super blessed that both he and his wife, and actually his children, have been a huge and instrumental piece of my life at this time. However, it's just interesting that our friendship that we have is there's physical distance between us. Nevertheless, it works. But what I kept on hearing across the board was just people that were like really disappointed with leaders within their faith community that they perhaps have reached out to, and maybe they have felt alone, and they have felt, just perhaps abandoned. I guess that would be a good word to say. Just that whenever they have sought to have communication, whenever they've sought out guidance, that person has been non-existent. And I've been a pastor before, so I know that sometimes, reaching out to try to meet the needs of every member of the congregation, it can be very taxing at times. But here's something that I want to encourage everybody to do. I want to encourage you to be active, to actively pursue the people that you want to have in your tribe. And that means that you have to actively pursue to create a circle of friendship around yourself. We can't expect for faith leaders to be able to meet all of our needs. We need to be able to have people that are around us, that are on our playing field, and our level, that we can trust and that we can confide in, that we can live life together with. And I want to encourage you to do just that. I want to encourage you to just identify people within your community that you would like to connect with, perhaps on a deeper level. And I know that sounds kind of scary, because that means us opening up ourselves up to a little bit of vulnerability, being honest about where we're at, and it can be challenging, but you know what? There's nothing worse than finding yourself going through a challenging part of life and having to do that alone because you haven't prepared for that time. And the best thing that we can do in order to create that tribe, to create that safety net that we need to have in our lives, is to begin to display the traits that we desire to see in others. It's important for us to begin to display them in our lives. So I want to challenge you. Think about the ways that you can reach out to someone this week. Think about the ways that you might be able to be with someone that is maybe going through a struggle. Think about the ways that you can celebrate someone that is going through something that is absolutely awesome at this time, and just go out there and do that. Be the friend that you desire to have to someone else. Anyhow, there's just some thoughts I want to share with you. Hope you all are having a wonderful week this week. You all be blessed. Bye.